Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to show you how to make these lovely wire cobweb tags. Now these are just so simple to make and it's just a piece of card. I've got my cards here that I've got which are already cut and I've already tea stained. And I've just cut an aperture in it of a circle, which is my punch. The biggest punch that I've got is 1 3/4 inches, so I've used that one, and then I popped a little cobweb in the middle and I've sandwiched it between two pieces of card, so I think they look really nice. So I have done two. I've added one of my little spider tags at the top and some tassels of bits of some cheesecloth and lace and things like that. Now I'm going to pop these into my Halloween journal because I think they would go really well. So, and then this one I have just made as a little dingly dangly. Now I'll probably pop this one on the front of my journal. Now I have added, I'll get this little bit of fluff, a little bit of stickles on there just to give it a little bit of a shine, so it's got that little cobwebby shine on it, which are lovely. So I'm going to show you how to do these and how simple they are to do. So I'm going to pop that to the side. I'm going to take two pieces of my card. Now these are 3 inches by 5 inches. I'm not quite sure what that is in centimeters, but I will pop it on the screen. So I'm just going to pop those together like that, and I'm going to take my punch and I'm just going to punch a little hole. So we need the two together. So let's see if I can get this in the middle. So let's pop those out. Oh, that's not too bad, is it? So we've got two, so that's what we're going to sandwich our little cobweb in the middle with. So I'm just going to ink these up a little bit. Let's pop this on here. So we need them the right way round. So I need to ink these two sides, don't I? So let's just get a little bit of ink. Now again, you don't have to use card. You probably have some Halloweeny paper left over from if you're doing journals or anything like that. But you want something reasonably thick. You could use cereal boxes and cover cereal boxes or any recycled card that you've got. But these are ones that I already had and they're the perfect size to do some tags with. So I'm just going to quickly just ink a little bit of this up like that, and then I'm going to do a little bit of stamping just to give it a little bit of texture on it. Pop the lid back on here, and these ones I have sewn around here. Now obviously that's optional, but you have to be careful when you're sewing because of the pieces of wire, of course. So I just slowed my sewing machine down and then did it by hand as I went over, so it didn't break the needle if it got stuck. So you have to be really careful, but it is possible to do. Now I've just got a background stamp here. It's just a grungy one, and maybe I'll use a different one because I've used that on that one. I've got this one here, look, it's got all sorts of bits and pieces on it. So look at this. So any of your background stamps that you've got, you can just add a little bit of texture to your tag like this. Let's just pop a little bit on there. Okay, that will do. Pop that to the side. Now those two are ready, so we will leave those. Now we need to cut the wire. Now the wire needs to be the size so you can it goes across your size of your punch, so it goes across there, so it's going to have to be like this. Okay, so mine is 1 3/4, so this is about just over 2.5 inches, 2 3/4 inches, or 7 centimeters. So we want 3 of these. So like this. So let's just cut 3 pieces like that. Now we need these to be nice and sort of straight, really. So let's just try and straighten them a little bit, because if we start off straight it makes it a little bit easier. So just hold it in your pliers and just pull that out. This wire is really nice because it's, although it's quite sturdy, you can sort of bend it quite nicely. So that's the 20 gauge, and then we want some 28 gauge. So this is really, really thin, and it's sort of really good for the web. So I'm going to pop that on there. So you want them to be together, the three of them together like that. You want to hold it in the middle, take your wire. I'm not taking it off the reel, I'm leaving it on there because we don't know how much we need. And then I'm going to go into the middle and just wrap it round. So be quite sturdy on there, so give it a good wrap like that. It doesn't matter if it's too loose, but you need it to hold that. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's wrap this little piece round like that. So it's all tucked in nicely. And then what we want to do, okay, hold them out. You want to take the outside one like that and just bend them out if you can get hold of it. Just bend those two that way, and then this one this way. Okay, so the same wire like that, so you've got your little spider's web shape. Now I'm going to just bend that little bit so it's not so round on that bit. So just sort of like straighten them up a little bit on the bottom here, like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, but like that, so you've got that sort of shape. And then what we want to do is get our wire, and then I'm going to wrap it around. So go over that one and then over the top and wrap it round each one. Over the top and wrap it round like that. Okay, over the top and wrap it round. So this is the bit that takes the time, because you have to just keep going round in circles and wrapping it around each length. So you just hook it around like that. Just wrap it around once and you can see. I hope you can see that better with this underneath. But hold on to you with your thumb and your finger like that, so it stays nice and sort of like strong, if you know what I mean, in there. Whoops. So keep going round. Now if you wanted to, you can wrap it round a couple of times, so that will give you a different distance between your little web bits, because obviously spiders' webs aren't all the same, like that. So you just wrap it round a couple of times, and then you can always go underneath and over the top. So however you like, as long as you go around and hook each one around a piece of wire. Now I remember doing this when I was younger with some wool. I remember doing this at school actually. We had twigs and we had some coloured wool like that. So shows my age, I think. So let's just keep wrapping round. Oops. Take your time, because this is quite good fun. Like this, just wrap around a few times, like this. Can you see? Why? This is why you want to leave it on the reel, because you really don't know, and you don't want wire pinging around everywhere, do you? So it's a lot easier. Let's just wrap it around. See, it's looking nice, isn't it? So you could probably do smaller ones if you wanted little tags, and it depends, like I said, on the size of your punch. If you've got a great big punch you want to use, then you have to do a great big spider's web to go inside. So let's just wrap this round. So it doesn't matter about the length of these, you can have them longer, because obviously we can always chop them off, can't we? So make sure we're all nice and straight. So let's have a look. So that's our little aperture. I'm going to just do a little bit more around, like this. So it's quite sturdy now. It's wrapped around. It's holding its shape really well. So I'm just going to do it that big, like that. So that's about the right size, isn't it? So now I'm just going to chop a little bit off. Move these bits out of the way, around there, and then just wrap that round. I'm going to pop it up through just one of them and wrap it round like that. And this is such thin wire that it just holds lovely. So there we go, perfect little web. So now what we want to do, I'm going to turn this one over, and I'm going to probably have to just chop these down a little bit, because I want to sew it, but I don't want to sew around and get too caught. So the bottom ones I'm just going to just chop down slightly. So make sure your web is in the middle, like that. Okay, so that's our web. I'm going to take some 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac, whichever you've got, or if you've got a better glue, whichever one you use, as long as it will hold your web in place like that, just for a minute. Gosh, I don't know whether you can hear our rain here. It's been pouring all day, but it's lovely because it's not cold, it's just wet outside. But it's nice to hear the rain. So I'm just going to stick that on there just for a minute. And I'm going to take my other one and glue around this to stick this on. Like this. Nice lot of glue so it stays in place. And I'm going to put this, sandwich that over the top like that. Just pick that up. So I'll just move our little web to make sure he's in the middle. I hope you can see with that underneath. Yes. Really, should I put this underneath? Can you see better with that or without? That's probably better, isn't it? So let's just make sure this is stuck down. So look at that. I think that looks really good. So we've even got some little gluey cobwebs in there, which all adds to it, doesn't it? So that's lovely. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut. I did have one of my old tags here somewhere. Let's have a look. I've got one of my little recycled ones that I did. Is that going to be big enough for the top? Not really, is it? Let me just take this one and use it as a template to cut my little tag top. There's my scissors. There we go. And cut this side. There we go. Lovely. Put my lid on. Bit of ink. Just ink this up like that, just around the edges. So they are super quick really to make. You would probably have to have a couple of goes at making the web, I would have thought, but just take your time doing it, because it really is quite simple. So let's just go around the edge. Doesn't really matter which side you want, which is going to be the front or the back. I'm going to quickly sew around this one just to show you. Well, I can't really show you, but I'm going to just come back, quickly sew it, and then I will be back. So okay, 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. I've gone around the edge here with the sewing machine, so I think that looks really nice, but you have to be really careful. I did jump over each of the little metal bits, the bits of wire in there, so I didn't attach, you know, get it caught in my sewing machine, in my needle. But if you're careful, it's good. So look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? I love them, absolutely love them. So I'm going to just make a little bit at the top. I've already got one of my little spiders on here from my kit, which I will hang off on here like that. I'm going to get, I've got a little bit of ribbon there. Have I got anything else? I do have a few little bits here. Let's just to make a little top, just to hang down. Shall we have a little bit of this? Oh, the other thing I got, because I don't have much cheesecloth there left, let me quickly just show you. I went to the Halloween, well, I went to a cheap shop and it had this, which is for Halloween, and it is white. Obviously that's a black one, but this is cheesecloth, and it was like, I think it was like not even €3, and it is 120 by 200 centimeters. So there is a lot there, and it's a lot cheaper than buying cheesecloth. So go and take a look and see what Halloweeny bits they got, Halloween decorations, because this is absolutely perfect, and they have it in different colors actually. They did have it in black, but obviously I don't really want it in black because I wouldn't use that as enough, but I thought that was a really good bargain. So that was my bargain of the day, the other day. So I was really pleased to find that. So I might actually go back and get a little bit more. So I'm going to just stick that on there. Let's stick this piece on there like that. And that, hold on. Turn that over. Pop that down. I want this to be sort of raggedy, so just pop these little bits over like that. I'm going to have a little bit of cheesecloth here on there. Gosh, so sticky. That can just hang it down, and there we go. We have our little spider's web. Oopsie daisy. Pop this on, hook that on the top. I will probably just sew across that little bit, but I won't do that now. But there we go. Isn't that lovely? And then I'm going to add just a little bit of stickles, just a little bit of stickles on here, just to give it that little cobwebby shine, so it's like got little drops of water on. Now if you've got little Halloweeny black spiders, you could use those as well, couldn't you, to pop on here, little tiny one. But look, I just think that looks really lovely. So there we go guys, that is your little tags. So now I have 2 lovely tags, or 3 lovely tags, and my other one. So I'm going to pop this one to the side because that one's wet. I'm going to get my Halloween journal. Now my spidery bits, I want to put it back here, I think, because I've already got a little paper clip there. So I think that one will fit in there lovely. So I do like that. And then on the front, I think I am going to just hang this off her dress like this. So I do have a flip through of this journal if you've not seen it. So let's just hang that on there. I think that will just hang off there lovely. So that's the little hat that we all made the other day. But there we go. I just love them. So there we go, guys. That is your lovely little wire spiderweb tag on there. And that is the other one that we've just made. So I just think they are absolutely gorgeous. And absolutely perfect for this time of year, aren't they? So there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. Please stay safe, have fun crafting, and I will see you next time. All right, guys, bye bye.